Hey guys, DM Philosopher here, Matt's the name. Just going to go over the latest map pack here. So we've got another pack of Village Adventures. So these packs come with 4 maps. We've got an overland map which shows the location of the 3 other maps and the surrounding areas, you know, the mountains, the hills and forests and something like that, but it's quite closely pinched in, so you can base your adventures within a few miles of the village as such. The 3 other maps, we've got a village map, so that helps you with the layout of the village, and you know, if you've got a village assaults or a lot of things going on in the town, then that map will help you there. We've got an underground map. In this case it's an orc encampment, and we've also got a local landmark map, which is in this case a multi-level, about 6 or 7 levels of Black Valley Fortress. So let's jump in and have a look at these maps. So this is the village map here. This is the parchment text version, so we can see all the buildings and where the road sort of winds its way through. It's very hilly. Looking at these contour lines, you've got a lot of sloping ground and some of that, a lot of rocks and the like, so on. So that's the parchment text version, the parchment textless version, the black and white or printer friendly version with and without text. Here's the local area map, so we can see the village of Ornestrom, the Black Valley Fortress and the Orc War Party encampment, and we can see the road sort of winding its way through the hilly territory. I've also thrown in a few other landmarks just in case you're going to expand and use this map beyond a single couple of encounters. So there's a small tent camp there, and there's a cave here as well, so just so you can throw in a few extra things in different directions to this here. You can see here with the scale, you've got 0, 1 and 2 miles, so that gives us a sense of how closely pinched in this is compared to most overland maps, which would breeze over this sort of terrain quite easily. So here's the same version without text, the black and white with and without text, and here's the Orc Party War Party encampment. So there's a few caves and large set up tents. How rigid those walls are up to you. If you want them to be sort of circular pavilions, then you could have just stiff canvas or leathers, or you could, if you wanted a bit more permanent, then they could be wood and something like that. So there's caves, there's 3 of these huts with sort of varying layouts, and again very hilly rocky terrain with some sort of cliff faces heading on in there. So the same thing without text, printer friendly, and with and without text. And then we've got the Black Valley Fortress, which you can see is located within a tight valley. And the road sort of winds its way through. It sort of operates on a lock type principle where even if they break through the main gates, then they're still facing a barrage of arrows and something like that from the walls. We've got the large towers sort of follow the same format, so the four main corner towers here follow this same format, and the small towers in the Barbican is follows this format here. So you can see that there's 6 levels to each of these towers, and then we've got the sort of the main keep, which is 7 levels high, and it would have a sloping roof on it rather than the crenellated tops of the towers. So that is the Black Valley Fortress with and without text, and then black and white with and without text. So that is the Village Adventures for Ornestrom Village. These map packs, the Village Adventures, are great for padding out existing territories, journeys past villages. Most large-scale maps that players use don't really focus in on, pinch in tightly on the area immediately surrounding some of those landmarks. So here we've got a village and a couple of maps that you can sort of throw in to occupy the players before they move on, and a chance to leave a bit of a lasting memory anyway. So that's available on RPG Now, and I'll post a link to that underneath my YouTube clip. Otherwise, I hope it expands your gameplay, gives you a little bit more to throw in there. I'll be sure to put this into a bundle at some point, so when you buy the bundle, you get a plethora of maps. So really you can go to your heart's content as such. So that's Ornestrom Village. Thanks for listening, and happy gaming, people.